Everybody, this is Nick Bjorn. Welcome to another edition of our Whiteboard Wednesday. We have something very special to share with you today. It's a question we're always asked. It's what's the difference between a CPA and a blockchain accountant? And what do they both do? Do I need them both? Do I need one of them? So we're going to answer all those questions for you today. So let's jump right into it. Blockchain accountant versus a CPA. Well, a blockchain accountant is going to specialize in crypto and digital assets, just hence the name, right? And then a CPA is really focused on traditional accounting and what you would expect for doing your taxes to doing your books for your business. That's kind of more or less what a traditional accountant does. Expertise, we pointed to a few right here, but I really want to talk about transaction tracing or digital asset reconciliation. They're really good at tracing each of your transactions from blockchain to blockchain, from exchange to exchange, wallet to wallet, if you will, and being able to reconcile that entire picture to accurately report it. So that's what we're trying to get done as a blockchain accountant. As a CPA, you're really looking at financial reporting, you're looking at doing people's books, things of that nature, in the traditional finance sense, and not really touching the blockchain piece. Tools that we're typically using, Coinly, always like to highlight them. Great crypto tax software specifically for reconciling cryptocurrency. We also Have Coin Tracker, who's another leader in this space for doing your personal crypto taxes. And then we have things like Coin Ledger, Bitwave that will allow you to do some enterprise things as well with your crypto. When we talk about the tax softwares for CPAs, we're talking QuickBooks. It's a huge one. Everyone knows QuickBooks. Xero for more enterprise level clients. And then they also have some different, Ultra Tax if you're doing your taxes. That's something that your CPA might use. Regulations. Well, this is a very big differentiator. So regulations, there isn't really a license certification currently for a blockchain accountant. So you want to choose wisely. You want to choose someone that has Big Four experience. There can also be CPAs that are also do this kind of work, blockchain accounting. Not all of them do, but there are a minute few that happen to do this service as well currently. And then when you kind of pull out and zoom out for a certified public accountant, that's really where they shine. They have a state license. They pass the CPA exam. So they are registered in the traditional accounting manner, and they are able to practice in their different states and really give that tax advice from a certified perspective. All right, everybody, we're halfway through. I know this is a lot of information. Reporting role is very important. You really want to track this. So what you would get from a blockchain accountant is forms 8949, which is an IRS form where you report your crypto. You also will get your Schedule D and your Schedule 1 information, your inputs for those two forms as well. So very important. In conjunction with a CPA, this is where the forms you would actually give them to pass over for them to file on your behalf. So, very important, the reporting roles between the two, very clear differentiation. Value proposition, this really bridges the gap between blockchain technology and traditional accounting. Being able to provide those forms for a CPA is really what this service will do for you. We'll also talk about when to use it. When your portfolio is trading across multiple exchanges, you're using cold wallets, cold storage, things of that nature. Whenever you're moving coins on and off chain, you really want to get a blockchain accountant typically to get involved to really trace that all back together. So you're getting clean, accurate data that you can hand off to your CPA. Also, the last one is examples of deliverables. You get a reconciled crypto report, ready to hand off to your CPA or upload yourself. So TurboTax does allow you to upload your 8949 and your Schedule D information as well. So it's something to consider, and you can do that without a CPA. So the net, what are we talking about? When do we need a CPA versus a blockchain accountant? Well, when you're trying to get your crypto reports, it's important to use a blockchain accountant, blockchain specialist. They come in different names. And, so I put up on the board, blockchain accountants handle crypto complexity, CPAs handle your filing. So once you get those reports, you can hand them over here to your CPA and they can file those alongside your K1s, your W2s, all of your other tax information. So it's very important to understand to differentiate between the two. So I would also argue that you need both. We suggest you use both. Why not use, why use a CPA to do crypto accounting work? Because they're not always equipped for it. They don't have the right people in-house that do this kind of work. They're not invested into the crypto tax softwares that you would need, etc. So it does make sense to kind of have a two-pronged approach to this, to use someone to get your books, your crypto books set up for you correctly and get your reports, to hand off to file with the bigger picture with your CPA. So that's really what we suggest here. Thank you guys for joining another Whiteboard Wednesday. Please like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.